Trail cameras are extremely popular these days, primarily used for tracking animals, observing their behavior, and aiding in hunting. However, sometimes these cameras accidentally capture eerie, unexplainable moments that defy logic. This is a brand new compilation of strange occurrences and bizarre creatures caught on trail cameras. In a wooded area, there was a small turn in the path and a creek. Nearby stood a dense grove and a hunting stand. The person filming, along with his wife, recorded everything happening around them. They climbed up the stand and simply waited, capturing everything in sight. At first, you can see squirrels, 2 raccoons, and so on, but soon something strange happens. Watch and listen carefully.
Was that a vehicle? I don't know. I have no idea. It sounds like screaming to me.
At first, they thought it was some kind of vehicle, like a motorboat passing by on the river. Were these sounds something mysterious? Some viewers suggested it could be the howl of the mythical skinwalker, a creature Americans fear encountering in the woods, a very popular legend. Or was it a mountain lion, a wolf, a bear? What do you think this roar belongs to? In 2010, an unknown woman took 2 photographs, allegedly of a skunk ape, and sent them with a letter to the Florida Sheriff's Department. In the letter, she claimed to have captured a monster in her backyard on a trail camera. The creature reportedly appeared 3 times at night, moving behind the bushes near her back porch. Bigfoot hunters referred to the creature as a skunk ape due to its unusual appearance and the strong, unpleasant odor it reportedly emitted. The skunk ape is considered a relative of Bigfoot or Sasquatch, although official science does not recognize its existence. Additionally, in January 2015, in the same area, a hunter named Matt managed to capture video footage of the skunk ape walking through a swamp. A bizarre flying entity was also caught on a trail camera, leaving many baffled. It's hard to even guess what this could be. The footage taken by a hunter from Newport shows something truly mysterious darting past the camera. The flying object appears to be alive, moving in a way that is difficult to explain. Many have speculated about its identity. Some believe it could be a bat, while others argue that it is something more mystical. Take a closer look at how it moves. Around the cigar-shaped object, strange spirals seem to be swirling. Could it be some kind of dart, or even a UFO? What do you think? One Canadian wildlife enthusiast set up a trail camera to capture local fauna, but ended up documenting something truly disturbing. Instead of a predator, she inadvertently recorded a group of naked witches feasting on a carcass near her home. She had placed the camera facing a recently discovered deer carcass, hoping to capture footage of a scavenger. What she ended up capturing was far more unsettling. The images appeared to depict a macabre ritual, with figures hunched over the carcass in a way that suggests something beyond mere scavenging. This footage is now going viral, with many speculating that the so-called night witches were conducting some sort of satanic ritual. 2 images from a trail camera were uploaded online with the caption, "My uncle has a trail camera set up at my grandparents' house. They both passed away, and the house has been abandoned for years. The camera takes 3 shots in quick succession whenever it detects movement, but this thing only appears in 1 of the 3 shots. The image, taken in a fraction of a second, shows a humanoid figure standing in the darkness. The figure has ignited heated discussions online, with many questioning whether it is a ghost or something else entirely. The origin of the figure emerging from the night remains a mystery. What's clear is that it appeared for only a brief moment before vanishing. A ghost? A mental patient who escaped from an asylum? At this point, there's no concrete evidence or explanation. Though this eerie footage was recorded years ago, it is now gaining traction once again. An Australian hunter was driving through a deserted forest late at night when he spotted something strange ahead of his vehicle. At first, he assumed it was a wild animal crossing the road, but when he stopped to record, what he captured sent shivers down his spine. What is this humanoid creature sprinting on all fours in the forest? Its body is too elongated to be an ordinary human. Its arms and legs are unnaturally long. And just look at how effortlessly it moves on all fours. Could this be the fabled midnight monster? Share your theories in the comments below. A strange creature resembling a forest spirit also appeared on the trail camera. Regarding this photograph, various theories circulated online. Some dismiss it as a fake, while others believed it to depict an alien or a forest spirit. If you look closely, you can clearly see thin, unusual arms and legs that don't seem human. In my opinion, the photo deserves attention. The photographer suggested it might be a forest spirit, Dirk, from Germanic Scandinavian legends and myths. A zombie was also caught on a trail camera, and the origin of this image remains unexplained. In 2012, a chilling photo emerged, reportedly taken in Virginia. It appeared that the trail camera captured a zombie, perhaps even two. If you examine the image closely, you'll notice that the flesh has been torn off the chest of the creature nearest to the camera. The figure's glowing white eyes make it look as though it is screaming. Could this be an actual zombie risen from the dead, or is it just a well-edited photo? Either way, the image is quite terrifying. A few weeks ago, the local police in Emmonsville, Wyoming, launched an investigation after discovering massive footprints near the city's Veterans Bridge. Suspecting that large wild animals, such as bears or mountain lions, were approaching the town, authorities took measures to drive them away for resident safety. Hunters set up night vision cameras throughout the forest. No one could have predicted what one of them would capture. At first, the footage showed common forest animals: turkeys, raccoons, skunks, foxes, and deer. However, hidden among these ordinary images was something unsettling. A series of photos revealed a blurry figure resembling a man in sportswear approaching the camera. Upon closer inspection, its face and hands appeared distinctly inhuman. Then came the horrifying close-up. The photo sparked a storm of reactions. People began questioning who this eerie character was, wearing a bizarre and terrifying mask, roaming the forest at night. Who could have staged such a prank, and for what reason? Regardless, the result was downright chilling. This eerie image was posted on Instagram. A motion sensor on a hunting camera was triggered, capturing this unsettling scene. Strange glowing eyes, broad shoulders covered in dark fur. The creature is clearly watching a deer from behind a tree, possibly preparing to attack. The photo was taken in a Michigan forest by a group of hunters who had set up the camera weeks earlier in an area with a high concentration of wildlife. A skeptical hunter suggested it could just be a person in camouflage. He responded to those convinced that the figure was Bigfoot. Could it be an orangutan, a bear, or something else entirely? There are many possibilities, but one thing is certain: the image captured by the hunting camera is terrifying. A strange image was also recorded on a hunting camera set up in a forested area near a cemetery. According to witnesses, they were drawn to the footage because of its eerie nature. It showed a woman dressed as a nun standing by a grave with a skeleton, seemingly dancing, perhaps performing some kind of ritual. The incident gained widespread attention. It happened on July 16th, 2022, at the edge of a forest near a busy road at the General Cemetery in Halle. Some people speculated that it was a prank or part of a film shoot, though no cameras were visible. The woman was wearing a cream-colored nun's robe and a coiffed headpiece. In another image, the mysterious nun appears to be playing with the skeleton of an animal, possibly a dog. What was she doing? No one knows for sure. What do you think? The blood-curdling footage recently captured by a hunting camera quickly went viral. Could it have caught something truly supernatural? The video shows a disturbing creature with elongated limbs crawling in the distance across the rural landscape. Whatever it was, it had unnaturally long legs and a small head, features that led some to believe it could be the legendary rake, one of the most infamous urban legends worldwide. A creature said to stalk and terrorize its victims. This video has sparked intense debate. Do you think it's just a well-crafted hoax meant to shock viewers, or could there be something real behind it? In this unsettling image, a small girl is seen lost in the middle of the forest. In the foreground, a large antlered stag eerily stares at the camera. A fawn in the background strangely stands close to the girl without showing fear. They are all so close together that it's very odd. Typically, deer are afraid of humans and would never stand this close. The girl appears barefoot and dazed. Unfortunately, there is no concrete information about this image. It's possible the camera was set up near a camp, and the girl might have been curious about the deer and approached them. Nevertheless, it's quite scary for a child to be so close to the forest at night. What do you think is happening in this photo? Let me know in the comments. A strange silhouette is seen jumping into a creek under a bridge, almost as if it had fallen asleep and toppled over before quickly trying to hide. The footage is undeniably bizarre. The hunting camera was positioned far from residential areas, near a bridge in a national park. Look at the figure. What's wrong with it? Is it human or something else? It's difficult to tell, but jumping into a creek late at night and then hiding is certainly odd. What do you think? In this next video, we see two deer standing right in front of the camera. The camera was set up by a biologist conducting research on wolves in the Rocky Mountains. However, it didn't capture wolves or even just the deer. Something is standing among the trees. Even its shadow is visible. The figure stands there, watching the two deer. At night, it's hard to see anything clearly, but the camera kept recording until morning, and the figure was still there. By daylight, it becomes easier to make out. It's a large, black, hairy figure, seemingly leaning against a tree or crouching. It sways slightly, which suggests it is alive. What's interesting is that the two deer don't seem to notice the enormous creature right next to them. Could it be a bear standing on two legs, resting? What do you think this giant figure is? This trail camera photo captured an elderly woman wandering alone in the forest at night. The fact that she is wearing a long white dress has led some to speculate that she might have been a patient at a nearby hospital. Perhaps the woman simply got lost in the dark. Others think she could be a ghost or even someone about to participate in a sinister ritual. Regardless of who or what it is, the photo is undeniably creepy. This peculiar trail camera footage sparked heated discussions within the scientific community. Zoologists, stunned by the unique video, admitted they had never seen or heard of such an interaction before. This remarkable incident occurred in a South African nature park. The footage shows a rhino and a buffalo with what appears to be a spotted feline-like creature sitting on top of them. This is a genet, but the most interesting and surprising moment is what happens next. According to experts, the genet seems to have found an unusual mode of transportation. This small mammal resembles a cross between a cat and a mongoose. It has spotted fur, a long striped tail, a small head, and large ears. Genets are highly agile with quick reflexes. While the rhino appears unimpressed by the genet's presence, the reasons behind the tiny mammal's behavior remain a mystery to experts. One theory suggests it sits there for safety from larger predators. These two unsettling photos were taken by a trail camera in 2012. The hunting camera was set up in a wooded area at least 8 kilometers from the nearest settlement. The first image shows a mysterious figure kneeling among the trees. The figure has its head bowed to the ground and its hands clasped together, seemingly in prayer. Minutes later, the camera captured a second photo. This time, the figure is standing and appears to be wearing a long robe. Who is this mysterious figure? And why are they praying in the middle of the forest late at night? Could it be a member of a secret cult performing some sinister ritual? Many also suggested that the figure might be a ghost. What do you think it could be? This video went massively viral on TikTok on March 3, 2023, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. Another piece of footage captures what initially seems to be a normal deer until it starts behaving strangely. It runs back and forth along a trail before suddenly turning and charging straight toward the camera. It leaps past and vanishes into the bushes. Not even a second later, the deer reappears right next to the camera, moving at an almost teleportation-like speed. It emerges at an extreme angle, its head tilted unnaturally, staring directly at the observer. Then it turns and dashes into the darkness. No one knows what caused the deer's erratic behavior or what happened to its neck and head. A normal deer wouldn't act this way. Some speculate it might have chronic wasting disease, also known as zombie deer disease, which eats away at the brain and causes disoriented behavior. But this deer appeared perfectly healthy at first, until it suddenly turned into something out of a nightmare. This doll is believed to be haunted, supposedly containing an evil spirit, at least according to the video's description. The doll was placed early in the morning on a green chair in the middle of a forest park. A trail camera was set up in front of it to record everything in real time. That morning, there was no wind to disturb the fallen leaves. Everything seems eerily still and frozen in time. The creepy doll appears to be staring directly at the camera when suddenly it violently topples over, as if pushed by an invisible force. Looking closely, there are no strings, wires, or anything else that could have caused the doll to fall. It simply falls on its own. While this footage may not be entirely convincing, it is undeniably eerie. In a forest near Kiev, a nature enthusiast used a trail camera to observe a lone wolf. Instead of an animal, the trail camera captured something completely unexplainable. The man uploaded the photo and video evidence online. The footage shows a mysterious object or entity hovering up and down, unfortunately out of focus. This effect could be caused by a light source in urban conditions, but not in a remote forest, far from civilization. Additionally, the object hovered specifically above the bait. It seems that a trail camera set up along a forest path captured a deer being pursued by a flying squirrel. The deer abruptly stopped eating apples on the ground, seemingly frightened, and ran away. Its condition visibly worsens by the end of the video. I stumbled upon this eerie footage by chance on an open hunting forum, and it raises many questions. What is this creature? The images show an unusual insect caught in stunning detail by a hunting camera. It resembles a dragonfly or something similar, but of monstrous size. Look at the deer in the background and compare it to the insect crawling up the tree. Could it be a trick of perspective, making a regular nighttime insect appear enormous? Or is this a well-edited Photoshop hoax? What do you think? This photo, taken recently, shows a mysterious humanoid figure with glowing eyes in a dark forest. The American hunter who captured the photo installed the trail camera in the wilderness. The camera's owner can be seen on the left side of the frame. As he moved away from the camera, the motion sensor was triggered and the device took the shot. When he reviewed the photo a day later, the man was utterly bewildered and even slightly shocked. Between the trees to his right, a tall, thin figure with a small head and large reflective eyes can be seen. The upright creature appears dangerous, but it didn't attack the man. This might indicate that the creature was also frightened. Some online commenters who viewed the eerie image speculated that it might be Bigfoot. What do you think? Could there be a rational explanation for the creepy silhouette in the photo? In the summer of 2011, a homeowner in northern Georgia noticed strange lights coming from the forest behind his house. After notifying authorities, he was told that illegal raccoon hunters were often spotted in the area. The homeowner set up several trail cameras around his property to catch the intruders. Upon reviewing some of the photos, he was stunned by what he saw. One photograph showed a glowing figure wandering through the forest. The figure's arm was outstretched, holding a stick. It looked as though a trail of light was emanating from the back of the humanoid figure. If you look at the trees, they reflect the light as well. The hunting camera recorded a chilling and astonishing phenomenon. It has been dubbed the breathing earth. This occurred due to strong winds and loose soil which caused the ground and trees to shift. As a result, the land appeared to rise and fall. In the video, we can see the earth swaying up and down. If someone were to witness this bizarre phenomenon without understanding its natural cause, it would seem eerie and supernatural. It gives the unsettling impression that the ground might swallow you whole at any moment. In 2021, a homeowner near a forest set up trail cameras to monitor wildlife, only to capture something entirely unexpected. He uploaded the footage to YouTube so everyone could see it. Take a look. Just before 9 p.m., one of the surveillance cameras deep in the woods captures a large figure walking from left to right. Whatever it is massive, with a body completely covered in long dark fur. It moves clumsily along the trees before disappearing into the darkness. What do you think was caught on camera? A hunter in warm camouflage or Bigfoot? A viral video from Mexico tells another terrifying story. It began at a campsite deep in the woods where a group of friends felt an unsettling presence watching them. They reported hearing strange noises and feeling as if they weren't alone. They spotted unusual tracks around their campsite. To investigate, one of them attached a hunting camera to a drone and sent it up to scan the area. After a few minutes of flight, the drone's operator noticed a very tall figure wandering among the trees without a flashlight. The footage shows the group gathered at their campsite, and then, as the drone lowers, an eerie silhouette can be seen watching them from a distance. Clearly, this isn't just one of the campers who wandered too far. Who or what was lurking in the forest? This eerie photo of a running little girl was captured by a trail camera set up in a protected forest on the border of North American states. After the photo appeared in the media, a flood of questions arose about who this girl was and where she came from. The owner of the forest land, who owns the trail camera, is trying to locate the girl's family to solve the mystery of the photograph, which has deeply unsettled everyone. People want to know what this girl is doing alone in the forest. Is she a normal child playing with someone, or is she the ghost of a deceased child? The owner, who recently purchased the land for hunting purposes, now plans to install additional cameras in hopes of capturing the mysterious girl again. He has sent the photo to all local media outlets, but no one has responded. Police have been tirelessly searching for people who might recognize this girl. A Vermont resident recently discovered some fascinating footage from a hunting camera near her home. The rare footage captured the exact moment an 8-point buck shed its antlers. According to wildlife experts, this is a natural annual occurrence, but one that is almost never caught on camera. The video was taken in Northville. The woman who recorded it claimed she later visited the spot and found the very same antlers, which she then hung above her fireplace. The deer had simply been eating apples when its antlers fell off, startling it into running away beyond the camera's view. While this isn't particularly frightening, it is a rare and fascinating sight. Now, here's a truly unsettling video. A mutant deer caught on camera. A hunter recorded this strange-looking deer wandering through his hunting grounds. At first glance, the deer appears normal, but if you know what deer typically look like, you'll notice that its antlers are far too large for its head. The hunter suspected a mutation, but some viewers suggested it might just be a rare species with unusually shaped antlers. There are some things you won't notice unless you pay close attention. For example, this moment, a strange orb. In December 2022, the owner of a hunting camera noticed something unusual in his footage. If you haven't spotted it yet, look closely above the trees. A strange orb is floating. It doesn't resemble a plane, a drone, or an insect. In fact, it doesn't look like anything we know. The camera's infrared light highlights the unidentified floating object. Its movement makes it seem almost alive. Do you have any idea what it could be? These unsettling clips were also captured by park rangers patrolling the woods. Suddenly, they spotted something peering at them from behind a tree stump. The rangers were far from the creature, so they zoomed in using a rifle scope. Because of the extreme zoom, the quality is poor, but you can still make out a strange, unidentified being hiding behind the log. Whatever it was, it clearly didn't want to be seen. It tried its best to stay concealed. Its eyes appeared pitch black. Strangely, it reminded me of a seal, but that makes no sense in the middle of a forest. What do you think this creature is? Leave your thoughts in the comments. This video was captured on a trail camera set up in an Indian wildlife reserve to monitor local fauna. In the footage, a young boy can be seen calmly walking along a forest path. Suddenly, to his right, a dark, semi-transparent human figure materializes out of nowhere and instantly knocks him to the ground. This entity grabs the boy by the leg but quickly releases him before stepping to the left and vanishing into thin air. The boy then bolts towards safety, glancing over his shoulder. This photo was posted online in 2012. It sparked active discussion. This striking image has puzzled analysts for years. It seems the trembling figure is wearing tattered rags, with a hood pulled over hunched shoulders. Some notice tracks on the ground. There is no reasonable explanation for this image. Some say it's a smudge on the camera lens, or simply a person covered with a sheet. Either way, it's one of the most inexplicable photos ever captured on a trail camera. When a couple from Mississippi checked their trail camera, they were shocked by what they saw. The photo, taken in February 2014, shows a series of strange glowing objects on the horizon. The objects gradually grew brighter and brighter until they created an image of a startled deer looking at a light that seemed to float in the air. Some internet commenters theorized that the light was created by the deer's eyes reflecting off the camera. However, adjusting the image shows that the deer is looking directly at the camera, not the light. There is little information about this photograph, leading to speculation that it might be fake. It depicts a deer illuminated by an infrared trail camera, but in the background, there is a chilling image of a spectral figure emerging from the ground, seemingly screaming. It's likely Photoshop, but if you have additional information about this photo, please share it in the comments below. Meanwhile, in Egypt, a hunting camera placed in a tourist park accidentally recorded a headless camel. Just look at this bizarre sight. The camel walks confidently down the road, seemingly headless. At first glance, it looks impossible, like something out of a fantasy. Could this really be happening? A headless camel, walking and alive? By the end of the video, the truth is revealed. The camel had simply tucked its head and neck behind its body, creating the illusion of a headless creature. Nature can be both beautiful and terrifying. This video was posted in July 2019. For these unfortunate campers, something terrifying and dangerous happened. Deadly predators roamed their campsite at night. In the chilling footage, a person peeks out from their tent only to see a massive lion prowling nearby. The camper quickly zips up the tent, turns off the light, and lies flat inside. The movement seems to alert a lioness who leaps over the tent ropes, while the large lion watches her closely. The pair of lions creep around the tents. The lion paces back and forth, waiting to be fed, while the lioness lies low, seemingly stalking the people inside, ready to strike. The massive lion notices a camper inside the tent and accidentally knocks over the canopy above the entrance. The lions continue to lurk, even aggressively biting at the tent and tugging at the ropes with their powerful claws. The lion grows increasingly irritated and aggressive. Eventually, the animals leave, realizing that the campers aren't coming out.